We're live. Welcome everyone for another live watch party. Sup, Johnny Lawrence. You cross the line, you will beg for mercy. That is true. That's a good quote. Just as people are coming in, I recorded with Peter the next episode of Cobra Kai Companion. That's the podcast that he invited me to join. That's his podcast. So we're going to recap episode 2. If you're a podcast listener, that'll probably be out today. I don't know, today or tomorrow. I'm not sure what he plans. So there will be a new podcast on Cobra Kai Companion. You can find it wherever you download podcasts, and it'll also get uploaded to YouTube eventually. Companion with a K. Cobra Kai Companion. We'll be recapping episode 2. Carrie is here. Caught alive. Yes. Welcome. Great to have you here. Kind of a lazy Sunday afternoon, isn't it, guys? Lisa, thank you for coming in, Lisa. Brian. If you ever need a kiss, we got Jay Kisses. Thank you for coming in, Jay Kisses. Season 5 was intense. Yeah, the deleted scenes are... I saw them the other day on YouTube. All the fights for season 5 was sick. Yeah, I would agree. I think overall, like, this was a season where, like, every fight was a good fight. Even smaller ones or something, you know, like, but like, God, were they really even like a small one would be like Kenny and Hawk at the water park or something. You know, it's really not even a fight, but like any fight where they were actually fighting were all like really intense and really good. Season 6 could be the last season. Well, it could be. They've said they were always hoping for at least 6 based on what they had in mind. But the way they word it now, it seems to imply they have plans for more. Cobra Kai did very well with Netflix. Some people are saying it's not quite promoted as much. I've seen a lot of people say, oh my God, I didn't even know it was out. Unfortunately, Cobra Kai is getting overshadowed in terms of chatter with She-Hulk and House of the Dragon and that Amazon Rings show. You know, those were dominating so much of the chatter. Kind of Cobra Kai dropped in, wasn't able to get as much attention. So I hope it does at least have a little bit longer legs because of that. You know, because people will find it a little bit slower, you know, over time. But we'll see. But I think maybe they're thinking 2 more seasons, season 7. But you know, no announcement has been made yet. And season 6 hasn't officially been confirmed, but if you saw my video, John Hurwitz straight up said there will be more Cobra Kai. So he did say that. Lazy Monday in Australia. Are you New Zealand? Gosh, I keep forgetting, Carrie. Are you New Zealand? Some people are from Zealand and others are in Australia, but down on the other side of the world from me anyway. Kenny was overpowered. Yeah, so that was the video. People debated Hawk Kenny and such. Yeah, part of the problem with Kenny is like he is just like shorter or something, and especially when he's like fighting Hawk. Like, man, Hawk's got several inches on him and skill and height and such. Like, he should be able to take out Kenny. Silver wasn't at full strength. Do you mean the Silver versus Daniel fight at the end? You certainly could argue that. He just came off a fight with Chosen, so he was tired. So that's true. His first quiet. Yeah. He was yelling at both of them, but it's true. You know what they say, you never forget your first quiet. The rest of your life, you'll look back and always remember your first quiet. Agni Kai, who is a Hawk fan and doesn't like Samantha, to piss off the writers. Yes, okay. He's referencing, I made a short late last night, just screwing around, kind of to talk about Hawk and Sam. Gonna fall into a deep depression. Yeah, you're not alone. You know, what else do you have to sustain you? She-Hawk? Oh my god. Guys, we're dead. It's She-Hawk. Kreese and Kim Da-eun team up. Yeah. I'm going to talk some season 6 next, I think. We're lazy ready? Oh, I don't think it's lazy. No. I don't know. Ruined in season 5. I don't know. I didn't think that. I really liked season 5. I think a lot of season 5 felt like a series finale, like it was going in that direction, which I think was part of their intention, because now they're going to come back with like a Rocky 4 feel, like you think everything's wrapped up and done, and now it suddenly something new comes and it gets bigger. So I think that's the idea going forward. But season 5 really felt like a series finale. It really did. Just and I mentioned that in my review. If you haven't seen it, check out the season 5 review. But they're wrapping up plot lines, tying up loose ends. Like even for the minor characters, and that's like the real thing. Like. Because that's what you do when you're wrapping up a show, is like you start, tying up your loose ends, closing off plot lines and such, for even like your minor characters, and it ends with a crane kick. It could be a series finale, but I think they got something more planned. They ruined her in season 5. Yeah, I feel like Sam is there a lot in season 5, kind of like tagging along on other people's stories. Like, it's like she's there in like episode 6, while Daniel's going through he's trying to quit or something, and like she's there like with Johnny and Amanda and Chosen, like, how do we get Daniel back into it or something? But she's not like the center of that story. She's just kind of there. She's like hanging out, so to speak. So, I don't know about her own story of like finding herself. Quite cheap. Yeah, I think it is, it's not like a lot of special effects. One advantage, it is a half-hour show. Being in that format is cheaper. So, just because they're spending less time shooting, right? So they pay everyone less, to be upfront. So, so it is cheaper. People want more money as time goes on, so there's they deal with that. But like compared to other shows, and like other shows going into a season 5 or season 6, I'm sure it's still a good price. A young Johnny Lawrence spinoff, like in the early 80s of him. The problem is Cobra Kai is already like the Johnny Lawrence spinoff. So, Johnny Lawrence asks, "Where do I think he lives?" I have no idea. They added every Karate Kid film, and oh, did they? Is that around the world? Sometimes it varies, based on like where you live. You know, region. It can vary by region. Let's see. Well, not in the United States. I'm looking right now. Yeah. So, just next Karate Kid. So, oh well. But wherever you live, maybe they do have it. Okay, Vinaya? Who do you think? The thing about the Sekai Takai is we know nothing about it. Is there a different boys division? How are they competing? Do you compete individually? Do you compete by dojo? So like they had to get admitted by dojo, remember? It wasn't like individual people signed up for the Sekai Takai, but although they did talk about a winner who shot at commercials, but even then, it's not entirely clear. So the Robbie asked Eli. Yeah. But still doesn't explain why Hawk can't block a punch. I don't know. He didn't see very proud. Yes, and that's something I brought up in the video. That, you know, Jacob talked about Hawk getting humbled or something. But if you actually watch the show, Hawk is already very humble. Like he wasn't like set up for that. So, Caesar confirmed the writers would never make him lose a fight. So pretty clear. That's certainly the way it seems. Yeah. They're not eager to have Miguel lose a fight. So I don't know how they're going to balance that. Kreese will fight Terry in season 6. No, I think Terry's off the board, so to speak. As that's how Hayden put it. So Kreese is going after someone else. There's no way. Well, yeah, that's your sort of your Rocky 4 vibe going. That it's like, oh, it's these bigger, badder, worse people, and then how are they ever going to win against these people who've been training their whole lives? But then maybe they'll find a way. Sam and Tori feud a little more elaborate, other than rushing it. Are you talking like specifically season 5 over the series? You know, some of it's there. We'll still have Marvel. Some people aren't excited about that though. Robbie wins the Sekai Takai. I think it's possible, even though we don't know how the tournament plays out. So they're spin-off shows. That's true. It won't be Cobra Kai, but they're spin-offs. Joseph, thank you for coming in. Joseph is a channel member. You know, he joined the channel, support things. Guys, this week I'm going to try to get out some of those reactions too for the channel members. So you think Robbie will win? Yeah, You could say Robbie's due a win, so we'll see how they do it. Terry Silver's going to break out of prison? I don't think that. But Terry Silver has, like, a lot of lawyers and stuff. He's got a decent case to argue. A marriage fight. It seems like if you're going to have a big celebration, you need a big karate fight. So I would agree with that. Guys, thank you for coming in and hanging out. Could have been. Yeah, like I said, it really did. It really was set up almost like a series finale. And apparently that was, intentional. Not because they were hoping to end the series, but because they're going for this vibe. And it's similar to Rocky, where it feels like everything's wrapped up, and the next thing you know, something even bigger comes along. And that's going to be your Sekai Takai and everything about that. Season 5 was the best. Yeah, there's many who think that. Liza? Sam's rooms in your... Rewatch scenes of Sam's room. In the early seasons, it's quite weird, but I thought season 5 was pretty normal. I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you're referring to Sam's room in itself being kind of weird, I agree. I brought that up in a video a long time ago, before season 3. It was good stuff. But season 5, I don't think Sam was ever in her room in season 5. I don't think we ever saw Sam's room. We saw other parts of the LaRusso house. Young Kreese and Silver spinoff is most likely to happen. I know. I still think the Miyagi, although Young Kreese and Silver sounds cool. I don't know. Are we talking Vietnam or after Vietnam? But we'll see. Hawk's main role in season 5. Yeah. I mean, I think some people just sort of picked up on that one way or another. Daniel Miguel scenes. Yes, they're definitely a popular combination here. Was good in season 5. Yeah, I feel like her story in season 5 was actually kind of small or like contained. I don't know what word to use, because she had some stuff with Miguel. That's really most of it, because like, episode 3, she's like, I don't know what to do about this karate war or something. And then by episode 6, she's trying to get back into it. She's trying to convince her dad to get into the karate war. So, I mean, apparently she made up her mind, Like, I'm wrapped up. Episode 3, it's like I'm wrapped up in this karate war. Episode 6, it's like, let's get the war on. What the hell, Dad? Let's get the war. Bring it on, And she's like showing on the Instagram Terry's advertisement and everything. So I believe me, I get more spoilers than anyone. I actually try to avoid them. The funny thing is with spoilers is a lot of them ended up being not true or half true. I get spoiled. Kreese dies, Chosen dies. Well, Chosen didn't die. Kreese faked dying. So like the spoilers in a way are kind of like half true. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be new love drama. I think they're trying to like wrap all that up. Like, I think that's what you got in season 6, or at the end of season 5. They were kind of wrapping all that up. Young Miyagi, yes. Fight. Oh God, I'm behind on chat, guys. Sorry, just like looking and I realized the chat's going and I'm going slowly and so let me jump ahead a little bit. Terry is obviously getting out of jail. Yeah. Just woke up. Welcome to the world of the waking. Johnny fulfilled. Yeah, we didn't see. We'll see. We'll see if they learned he's still alive. We'll see. I guess that's a big thing. Well, Hector's married to that other woman. What's her name? Maria? I don't think that's a big deal. Especially since it's in another country. She could just say that the marriage is no longer valid. And if she marries Johnny, it's not gonna be an issue. Will Kreese crash Johnny's wedding? I don't think so. More videos? I make a lot of videos. What are you saying? Love the stuff on Sam. Kenny quit Cobra Kai. I mean, he took off his shirt. So, he's done. I don't know. I don't see a redemption between Kreese and Silver, so I don't know about that. Tom. Thank you, Tom, for the super chat. Is there any chance Daniel, Johnny, and the other adult characters are real to fight in the Sekai Tekai? It's not. Yeah, Tom, I think you bring up a really great point. That is something I'm going to talk about, maybe in my next video. I think Johnny may be fighting in the Sekai Tekai. We don't know anything about it, but there could be a sensei bracket or adult bracket or something. So, yeah, I think that's going to happen. So you bring up a really good point, and I'm going to talk about that, I think, in my next video. We need to talk a little season 6. So, Johnny, no, I don't think that was going to happen. Plus, that's a very different situation where Johnny, that was the end of the, end of the movie. He gave him the trophy because he won. It's a very different situation. Do you think the World Tournament will happen in season 6? That's the thing that's on the back of my mind. Because what if it's not until season 7? What's going on in season 6? I don't know. Depends on what their long-term plans for the show are. So we'll have to see. Do you think Carmen will find out and be upset about the ring coming from Tyrone Woodley? Or Sensei Odell? No. And if you recall, it's like a championship ring. Hayden posted a picture of it, so we'll see. Let's see. The Miyagi-Do history to be more interesting than Cobra Kai history. I was thinking, the thing is, we know the Miyagi-Do history now. Cobra Kai history has a little bit more fleshing out. So, and based on what we know, yeah, I would actually agree with you. I think there's some interesting potential with the Cobra Kai history that I think I don't know how much they're going to tap into that. But, some of the history of Korea, South Korea, and Korea in general during World War II and everything, there could be some interesting potential for that. But I don't know how much they're going to actually lean into that. They're making a new Karate Kid. Yeah, KX. I talked about that, I think it was last week. The thing about that movie is, John Hurwitz directly said they're not creating it. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with Cobra Kai. So it sounds like it's just a spin-off, something completely different. Which is okay. But it also, to me, it always feels like they're using the term Karate Kid as just sort of a marketing ploy. Miguel nerfed in season 4, now Hawk nerfed in season 5. Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you have so many characters, right? Like you just got to move different ones into the foreground, and that means others have to go in the background. So Chosen is the next Mr. Miyagi. He definitely feels like that. Mm-hmm. Portuguese Netflix nearly ruined this. Well, it's not Netflix. It's the people who are leaking. Constantly pushed Kenny around at every given. I don't think Hawk was pushing Kenny around. Like at the water park and something, Hawk was trying to just break up the fights and tell him to back off. Yeah. Season 5 wrapped up the love drama. Like, that's why it feels like a series finale. Wrapped up the love drama, the rivalries, so many loose ends. Like, it wrapped up all of that. Rings of Power, I have not seen. I don't care to. I have seen House of the Dragon. Though I had issues with the last episode, it has otherwise exceeded expectations, so I'm happy for that. So I'll watch it tonight. We'll see what happens. Theory on how they'll introduce Julie Pierce. Okay. Vinaya. I definitely think they'll find a way to bring her in. It's as everything is getting bigger and more global. So that's like the hook. And then she's like another one to bring in from another part of the country or something. So yeah, that's Julie Pierce. If Chosen wasn't drunk when he fought Silver. Yeah, Silver doesn't want to imagine that. Yeah, Bryce, again, on if it's in season 6. I think it will be, but I have to admit there's a possibility it won't be. It depends just on how many more seasons they have in mind and how they want to play it. Because I get the impression they wanted 2 more seasons. But then that makes season 6 like a whole build-up season. That seems a little odd. The new Karate Kid. As far as we know, the plot details we saw for that, it's nothing of the sort. Miyagi-Do. It's like a story set in the Northeast. It's kind of like a reverse Karate Kid where it's like a teenager training the adult or something. That was like the plot synopsis we saw. It's completely different. It seems to have no connection to even the name Karate Kid. There are many parallels. No, it doesn't mean he'll lose Carmen and the baby. Obviously, just because Cobra Kai, puts Johnny in like the sensei role doesn't mean like literally everything is beat for beat the same. No. Carmen's not dying. Love the scene with the younger Sato. Yeah. Yeah. In the upcoming podcast, I talk about that too. On Cobra Kai Companion. Do you think Robbie will win the gold? I think he's good. Very likely to win it. Yeah. I think Robbie is on deck. On deck for a win, so to speak. Jay kisses. What if season 6 really isn't a season but a movie? Yeah, I've kind of had that in the back of my head. At some point, there was a brief moment I was wondering if this Karate Kid movie was actually the next thing, but John Hurwitz came out and said no. He said they would love to make movies, but at the moment nothing's planned. So it doesn't seem like that's the way it's going to go. The show's going to wrap up as the show, and then they'll make decisions on what to do in regards to spinoffs and stuff. Was faking his nice side. I think he's trying to like live a different life, but he can't get away from the life, his previous life. So it's not necessarily fake. He's friendly. He's out with everyone, but he's not able to get away from that like whatever criminal life he had before. He would not have been. That is true. Yeah, I don't think he was happy with her at the time. I think that it's even intended in the way it's shown. Miguel destroyed Kenny. Carmen pregnant with Miguel and Hector spinoff. Yeah, I don't think so, but they're the same. Yeah, the first half is really good, from the Mexico stuff and then stuff with Robbie. The second half, I have to think deeper about it, but I think not as much. And I wish Mexico went a little bit longer. Could the world turn? Yeah, it could be. It's very unclear. Carbon got Sensei done. Yes. Didn't you see the video? Guys, I make a video on this stuff, and you're meant to see it. Let me see here. Hold on. Here, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay. This is my channel. This one? Engaged. You guys gotta watch this one. That's it right there. It's only 6.9 thousand views. You're not watching it. That's the problem. Look at that. So there you go. Watch it. It's all right there. It's all right there, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Notifications. You want to watch everything because you're gonna miss stuff. You're gonna miss it. Nothing else. Yeah. I didn't think there was anything on there. It was just like a magazine. It wasn't going to be anything. It's not like some major reveal or something. Where do you think the Sakai Takai will be held? Could be Kyoto. So something I'll talk about in the next video when it is Japanese. So the name of the tournament is Japanese. So we'll assume from that it's held in Japan. And I'm going to assume it's not Okinawa. So it could be Okinawa, but because I think Chosen may be more familiar with it if it were in Okinawa, but maybe it's held in Japan. Maybe. Miguel Salazar. Yeah, I'm sure Miguel's father would say that. He broke through. Yeah, the problem with Kyler is he doesn't attack with his head enough. He's got such a thick skull, you know, if he used it more as a weapon. Similar to Bloodsport. Yeah, I think it's meant to have like a Bloodsport feel to it as well as like a Rocky 4 feel to it. So you're right, Ryan, there. It has like Bloodsport, Rocky 4. It's a necessity for a storyline every season. It pretty much is. It pretty much is. We'll go next season. Kyler's not going to be any different. Kicked in the face by... Yeah. You thought Jake Paul was going to come out and fight for the Miyagi-Do. Roster cuts. Well, I don't think they're going to do that. It seems like every season does kind of do that. Some characters just kind of fade to the background. No, I don't think there's much to expand on Miyagi-Do beyond what they're already doing. So it's not like they're going to have a whole show on Miyagi-Do. Because we already have this show. So that would be too repetitive. They're going to want to do something different. Didn't go well for Johnny. No. But that final fight, you know, Johnny took out all the senseis, so he was going. Stay away from She-Hulk. Yeah, I haven't watched one She-Hulk. I haven't watched one Rings of Power. I don't care. I've watched House of the Dragon, and it's more or less been better than expected. So, which is a good thing. So. The party girl. No, I don't think that girl, Holly was her name. I don't think she'll be back. Split into two parts. It could be. We'll see what Netflix is deciding. The writers have been talking in a way that implies they're thinking more than 6. Oh my god. I'm like way behind on chat, guys. I'm gonna try to jump through here. Your favorite finale? Things are wrapped up, so if we don't get it, he ended on a high note. Yeah, Jay kisses, and that's definitely what season 5 did. It feels like a finale. It wrapped up well. A few more seasons, yeah. Adam Levine would love Robbie's body. No, I don't think they should wrap up the show with a movie. You wrap up the show as the show. And then if there's like an idea for a movie, something different, then fine. 2v2, 3v. Yeah, maybe. Who knows what this Sekai Takai is going to bring us? What divisions they have or something. Tori Miguel had a conversation since season 3. Probably not. I'm running through my head. I guess not. But it's sort of the way Tori and Johnny haven't talked to each other since her first episode in season 2. It's just like, yeah. Oh my God. Well, he took off his Cobra Kai shirt, so we'll see. Videos, live streams. Yeah, everything. Kenny had plot armor. Oh, I should have included that. Oh, fuck. I have my little jingle plot armor, and I forgot it in the video. Ah! Oh, well. Next time. Tori must have a conversation. They never entered. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there are Cobra Kai gis out. If I think they're kind of expensive. They're like real gis, like that you can wear for training or something. So like they're like $100 or something. The Century Martial Arts, the people that make the gis in the show that they use. Go binge. This is finally someone smart. Binge all Watch Party's videos. Yes. Don't miss anything. Come on, guys. Don't miss anything. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because you don't want to miss stuff. Because then you'll come into the live stream and you miss something and people will be like, what the heck? You didn't see. Kenny has more potential than Miguel and Robbie. Maybe. You know, that's just how the show works. A little bit. Seth. Yeah, I felt like they could have gotten another episode out of Mexico. I just feel like the payoff wasn't enough for the setup. From the setup. The setup was huge in season 4, and then the payoff kind of went pretty quick. And so, yeah, I think they could have gotten another episode. I think it would have helped. I think Hector is an open question. There's a lot of reasons we could see him again. And then there's some reasons maybe we won't. Maybe it's just closed off. It depends on how much more story there is. He could be a season 7 thing. If season 6 is the Sekai Takai, then season 7, Hector shows up. They all go to college together, yeah. Cobra Kai, the college years. It's like Kenny getting killed in South Park. Right, yeah. Just for it to end. Yeah, it's not even 30 minutes. It was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah, worst turncoat ever. Do you think they'll unnerf Hawk in season 6? Maybe. It's just like they're at this point. There's so many characters. It's hard to give them all storylines. It's hard to give them all wins because there's too many of them, so they can't all win. They never acknowledged. Well, they dedicated an episode to Ed Asner in season 4. Plus, it was already well established. Johnny and Sid were estranged, and Sid was writing Johnny out of his life. So, it was kind of already established, so they don't need to bring it up. Louie and Anush spinoff. That's a popular theory. Popular thing anyway. He definitely had fear in his eyes before he was on the railing. Yeah, he was. Like, he wasn't sure he was into it, but it got up to that end more, and the roles were reversed. So that's how they decided to do it. I didn't know how they would do it, but got the fight out of them, so to speak. Where am I? Oh my god. I'm really far behind on the chat again, guys. Sorry. Leaves the door open for Hector to resurface again. Yeah, that would be one possibility. It's hard for me to buy that Miguel never told him, but then the way it worked, went out. Miguel kissing the girl wasn't needed. Yeah, I think if they were going to do that, they could have played it up a little bit more. But they didn't do it. It seems like the show's probably going to keep its present format. They've been getting up to 40 minutes occasionally, but it's probably going to stay the way it is. Horror Hawk, I really have no idea. It is possible Netflix doesn't know either. So, they'll decide how they wanted to do it. Season 5 fights. Yeah, Chosen versus Silver. Yeah, actually, Miguel Robbie plus Daniel versus Silver at the end. Chosen against the Six Senseis is a good one. Una O'Brien, Ed O'Brien. O'Brien is a common name. I don't know anything about where Una's from, but she's probably not Ed O'Brien's daughter then. Like, I don't know. Kreese goes back to jail. I don't think so. It seems like Kreese is all in now. He's going to go out guns blazing. Do you think Tori even knows Johnny's reps? I would assume Robbie told her at some point, so yes. Sato, no. Because there was like war going on in the 30s and 40s. So no. He might have known what it is. I don't know. Kim Da-eun will take over Cobra Kai, yeah. Yes. People like comparing it to Bloodsport. Ninja Terminator for Sensei Blondie, maybe. Who had your favorite arcs this season? Probably Silver Daniel. And then Chosen was a lot of fun. And Johnny. It's definitely the older characters, but Oh, everyone wants Sean to get recruited. It will never end. Earliest we can expect season 6. So I had a video on that. John Hurwitz said the wait may be longer than we would like. So we're looking at it probably a year, more than a year. Maybe the end of next year. They haven't started writing it, so that's a big part of it. Tori's mom has to be someone important? No, actually, I say the opposite. I think Tori's mom is just a person who's there. She has a mom, and it's not that important. She has a mom, and her mom is not well. It's time for Julie to show up. Yeah, well, things get bigger and bigger. Julie Pierce may show up. Football for Life did not like how episode 8 went. The odds that Sam finds the necklace. Yeah, you know the funny thing about the necklace is like they had this episode of whole hiding the egg and something where everyone around the dojo is running all over and like hiding stuff and like no one found the octopus then. Like, and it's just sitting there. It's kind of like a convenience thing. Not really my favorite plot device or storyline. Miguel looked like Hector in season 2 more. Well, yeah. Remove the unnecessary. Well, the problem is they can't just remove people, and it keeps the universe feel big. Tori, Robbie, Hawk need more wins under the belt. Yeah. When do you think shooting season 6 will begin? Probably not till next year. Maybe not till the spring at the earliest next year. That's like the earliest I see it. After 4 years. Yeah. After 4 years, it's going to be a heck of a 4 years that he goes from that flashback to Karate Kid 1. Ed O'Brien's daughter is also called. Then maybe it's the same person. I honestly have no idea. Sam P, thank you for coming in. Silver versus Kreese will be the series finale. I don't know. Who are we rooting for? That's an interesting fight. I guess it's possible, but yeah, no one saw the necklace. Yeah. Even when they're doing like training sessions about like hiding in unique spots and such. Mike Barnes was sad over his. Well, he didn't give the impression his wife was sick when we first met him. So, no, I don't think Mike Barnes is Tori's father. Favorite character arcs? Yeah, like I said, Daniel and Silver, Chosen, Johnny, Miguel and Robbie for the kids, especially the first half of the season. I think Miguel and Robbie had their best stuff, and maybe Robbie going through the whole thing. Robbie's really good. He's really grown on me. Would Julie be a rival to Daniel and Johnny? No. If she shows up, it's because Daniel's bringing her into the fold, so to speak. Recruiting her for the karate war. Terry was nice, but still an asshole. He was nice. Yeah, it's definitely Terry's persona. You know, he's putting on a show, so to speak, an impression for people. A Johnny and Tori scene. Also more Johnny. Yeah. This is just the consequence of what we have. Just limited time. It's just so limited. Like, yeah, I would love for a Johnny Tori scene or a Johnny Tori Robbie scene. Like Tori's over or they're out at Olive Garden or something with that. I think that would all be great. I would love to see all of that. But, you know, you got to have like a story and you got to be moving the story forward. So it's more than just like, ooh, I want to see these scenes, these characters talking to each other. It's about like having a story and moving the stories forward. Who is Mike Barnes' wife? Just an unseen person. You know, he has a wife. She exists, but she's not a character in the show. So she just kind of exists in the background, off screen. Miguel explaining what it's like. Yeah. It's a good turning point for Sam and Miguel. So it leads to a good part where Sam then goes to Tori's place. Jay Kiss is worried about the boy's hair. Throughout the scene, it's crazy. Who out of the boy's hair do you prefer long? And who do you prefer short? Are you asking me or the ladies, Jay Kisses? I like Hawk with the longer Hawk. So I like, you know, Hawk's hair longer. Definitely Robbie's hair is better the past couple seasons than it was like when it first started. So what is it? Shorter when we're done? Probably for Miguel a little bit shorter too. But yeah. But Hawk definitely longer. Taking pics with Miguel and those leaked pics in Mexico. So all those people, you know, they were like all extras. I think they were there in the show just very quick. You know, blink and you'll miss it because they were mostly just like extras who were on set. So that's the thing. We didn't know. We thought maybe they were going to be like actual characters, but they were mostly just more just extras and such. Diaz was dominant and untouched. Yeah, I agree. He's a top fighter, so for sure, Sam P. Julie Pierce in came down. Ooh. Kreese versus Silver gonna happen. Maybe. I just don't know who we're rooting for though. Are we rooting for Kreese? Maybe. That got brushed off quickly. Yeah, Tristan, I mean just that's something that happens with this show. Stuff comes up and then it's kind of like put aside. like why is she in there? And then like he just leaves it be, and you get 4 more episodes of her in Cobra Kai. Oh well. Yeah. It's like there's a plot point and then it gets put aside. Could Kreese die, Jane? Well, maybe, but you know, who knows? He is the reason Sam is. Yeah. He was also at least part of the reason they were fighting each other to begin with. So maybe it makes, maybe it makes sense. Yeah. A Tori Daniel interaction. Yeah, that's another thing. Like Tori Johnny, Tori Daniel. Oh yeah, I liked Tori's arc this season too, but I would go for more. That's just it's one of those now. That's a consequence of the show, right? Like the show, it's just it's a half-hour show, and it's like, oh, I would like to see these two characters interact, but like you gotta have a story, you gotta fit it in. You just can't write random scenes of people chit-chatting with each other. Anyone checked up on Tori's hand? I'm sure it'll heal. More Dark Sam. Yeah. Do you think Robbie was a better fighter in season 4 tournament because he didn't get training for a while? No. Plus, Robbie not being in school was like training all day long. So he might have had more training than anyone. The Thanos of the Miyagiverse. Well, I would say he was in it for 2 seasons. So, and he's down, but he may not be out yet. So that's another thing. Some conflict, yeah. A little drama. I think Kenny's still got stuff to resolve the most, and Tori and Sam found a common goal to work towards. It's not necessarily that they put everything from the past behind them. So, yeah, there's still a little bit of work to go. There's stuff to bring up and dive into in a future season. Paramedics check Kreese's heartbeat. Well, I guess it was the prison guard, and the guard wasn't very good at it, so. She was fighting teenagers. Maybe, but the teenagers broke into her business. That's her business where she works and owns. And they were attacking her business so she can defend her property. A small time jump. Yeah, it could be. Well, yeah, I don't know. If they bring in Julie, do they bring in the others? I guess we'll have to see. But Michael Ironside's cool. Like, he'd be a cool guy to have in the show. If you can find a way to fit him in. Could go for a black belt, yeah. Hector to meet Daniel. Imagine a conversation between. Well, Moon and Tori already met each other back in season 2. So yeah, that's actually kind of they've already met. Be interesting to see them meet again. Whole bunch of new students. We've never seen Kim Da-eun taking over Cobra Kai. Yeah, something like that is definitely where it's going. They brought back Barnes and not Snake and Dennis. That's true. But Yasmin and Tori interaction. Yeah, which... True, but they broke in. Yeah, but then they were like hacking the computer system or something, which you probably still can't do. Colonel Dugan was a lame villain. Well, yeah, that's just a consequence of the of the movie, and the writing it just wasn't very good. The pool scenes between Miguel and Sam, well done. Yeah. He doesn't need a storyline. Probably not. We'll see what they do. Jay Kisses has got him smoking weed. Moon and Tori. Does Tori smoke weed? I don't know. I guess Moon smokes with everyone, so that's sort of that's kind of how Moon is. Oh man. Tori shouldn't smoke weed. Yeah, I don't think she does. She's too, busy. She's too on edge. With life. She doesn't have time to smoke weed. I guess. Not like Moon. Rich girl whose parents give it to her. So yeah, put out the Hawk video yesterday. I want to get some season 6 predictions coming. Putting out some shorts, just stupid stuff are the shorts. I forgot this and should. Wait a second, guys. Predictions coming. Sorry. Her mom bought her some. Yeah, her mom. What is it, like? Low calorie or something? Low calorie weed. Bird smokes. How does Tori's hair change? It's just like the hair person for Peyton kind of slightly does something different each season. Kim will bring her own students. Yeah, that's a way it could go. I think so, especially because they keep talking about Rocky 4. So it's like suddenly we got all these new students from Korea that are in it. So I think that's what's going to happen. Robbie used to smoke weed. Yeah, he did. The Austrian was part of Alpha Elite. Now Ironside pissed and going after Johnny in season 6. I called it first. Ha! Okay, there you go. Matt Moore called it, everyone. The Alpha Elite was actually down in Mexico. Miguel and Sam. It's really unclear. I guess it's not clear if Sam smoked or not, but well, maybe she didn't. But like Yasmin and Moon did. Do you watch The Chosen Ones? Not much. I haven't seen his stuff in a while. Did he say something interesting recently? I like that Nate smokes weed. This is now a big question on which characters smoke weed. Johnny Lawrence did. He was rolling that joint in the original Karate Kid. Shrimpo Sensei. I don't think they're going to flash back to that. Not in Cobra Kai. If they do a Miyagi spin-off series or something, maybe then. Maybe they tie it in some other way. But not in this series. I don't think we're going to go back to Shrimpo Sensei. Yeah, that's a good question because what is the new dojo's name? It's the deliberate plot point that they didn't provide a name. Whatever happened to Tori's brother, he's there. He's just sort of a background character. You know, he's someone who exists, but he's not a character in the show. Do you understand what that means? Like he's there. Tori has a younger brother. But he's not a character in the show, so you don't see him. You know, people have siblings. It's like the kids. You know, they all have parents. It's just they're not characters in the show, so they don't come up. Will the senseis be in prison? I don't know if they'll be in prison. Who are all the people Kreese would take revenge on? Silver, but Silver's gone. I think Kreese just wants to finally establish Cobra Kai. Kreese and Robbie should interact again. I think they may. I definitely think so. Johnny went from weed to beer. Jay Kisses is detailing everyone's vices. Are they weird? Is it weed? Is it alcohol? Is it something else? Flashback to the 80s. Maybe, but I don't think it's really needed. You know, 82. Johnny won 82, 83. Daryl Vidal won 81. So, yeah, I don't think it's needed. I don't know what Sony and Netflix are talking, but they already have a deal in place for Cobra Kai, so whatever else they're discussing is probably not going to influence the show. I'm sure she's a real hooker. Stingray's credibility shot after well, yeah, and I think Hayden even alluded to that. He may not be the most reliable person, which is definitely true. No, I don't think the Alpha Elite was in Mexico. He was kind of making a joke, trying to just combine it all together. It wasn't meant to be serious. Kreese was in a Dare commercial. I don't know if Kreese would be in a commercial like that. Do you think Kreese goes after Terry? No. I think Kreese has other things on his mind. Terry Silver first, but Terry Silver got arrested, so he's looking to expand the dojo. Concerned that we didn't see Homeless Lynn in season 5. She's a former karate champion. I don't know about the backstory. No, I don't think it's a concern. I just think ultimately, you know, for so many of these side characters are fun, but you know, they don't necessarily can't write them in every season or something. So if they don't have a place for her, it's just as well that she doesn't show up. And since they weren't at that the Reseda Flats, you know, they weren't at that shopping center, it makes sense that we don't see Homeless Lynn. Although we did see a pawn shop guy, Lyle, so we did see Lyle. So that's like a another way. Top Gun scene was hilarious. It was. That was actually a good one for a dream sequence. He's the first ever. He does, but maybe it's just the announcer is a fool. I don't think it's a big deal. They also have problems with the runner-up the previous year because in the Karate Kid, Bobby Brown was the runner-up, but then they said it was Tommy, so whatever. Chosen's when he punched the guy from Cutting Edge, yeah. Jessica Andrews. Yeah, that was a surprise. I was shocked. Tori's family played a bigger role. But hard worker. Yeah. Well, Jay Kisses, the problem is the show's only so long, you know. And not everyone can be a character, so it just, you know, what do? You have people, yeah, she has a family, but they're not really characters in the show, so they don't come up. You know, you don't see them. I don't really think it's meant to be a mystery. It's just meant to be what you see. You know, she has a mom. She has a younger brother. She kind of takes care of both of them. So that's it. Chosen was a standout character this season. Yeah, I agree. Chosen, Silver, Daniel, John, Josh, or Hayden. Well, let's pay him to fight. We'll see what happens. Some of y'all been smoking based on. No, Matt Moore. I don't think Tori's mom is important. They're not teasing it. They're just giving you the idea that yes, she has a mom. She's just not relevant to the show. So yes, she has a mom. Her mom is sick. It's not a way of teasing it. It's just, you know, not going into detail, just letting it be. Important for her story. Yeah, Jay Kiss is like, you got it. You know, obviously Tori's mom is important for Tori and what Tori goes through. But it's not like a major character in the show. She's just someone who's there. Does anyone study in the Cobra Kai? No, that's ridiculous. You study karate is all you study. Miguel's father being a drug dealer. Well, it's not really specified. He did some very bad things. And the government, the corrupt government, was always trying to take it away from him. Sato versus Kim Da-eun. Who wins? Probably Sato. How many weren't bought by Silver? Probably none of them. I think Silver bought up everything. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. We've had some fun. House of the Dragon later today. Just so you know, I'm going to be... I'm going to make some season 6 videos, some theories. People are looking forward to season 6 and some more season 5 stuff, some of the fight scenes or whatever. The podcast recap, Cobra Kai Companion, should be out soon. Find it on podcasts, or it'll get uploaded to YouTube at some point. So be on the lookout for all that. Putting out shorts or something if you like those. Those are just silly stuff. Don't really mean much. But more videos coming, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're on top of everything. Always go back and check the channel to see if you've missed something. And there's a lot more to come. We've got a long way to go. It's going to be a while before season 6. So, you know, we'll settle in. Thank you, everyone. Take care. I'll see you at the next